Think about the power of the internet. In a relatively short amount of time, someone can translate content from English into another language and put it on the internet to where it can reach thousands all around the world who speak that language. And this can be done virtually at no cost whatsoever, apart from the time it takes to perform the translation. You do not have to spend the money to fly to that country or buy paper to print 1,000 tracts on. You don't even have to be a full-time missionary or even do translation work as a full-time job. I know many who have translated sermons from English into another language simply in their spare time. And these translated sermons have literally reached thousands and thousands of people. Why would these people give their time to such a labor as this? Because many of them, when lost and without Christ, learned English through television shows. Then they found gospel sermons online and they were saved by Christ. Then out of love for Christ and love for their fellow countrymen who don't know the truth, they naturally wanted to help translate more material in order to get solid sermons onto the internet into their own native language so that others might hear the gospel and be saved. They wanted others to know about the good news that through the finished work of Jesus Christ, a guilty sinner can be forgiven and saved from sin's power. When Martin Luther wrote his 95 Theses, it was young students of his who took his writings and translated it, and they used the printing press to spread it. The same sort of thing has happened in our own day, only it isn't the printing press that God has used, but the internet. I'm talking about a sermon by Brother Paul Washer that is commonly called the shocking youth message. Not only did someone outside of Paul's own ministry take that sermon and put it on the internet in English, but young Brazilians took it, translated it into Portuguese, and it's been viewed over 2 million times with Portuguese subtitles. The work of a translator is a vital part of the Great Commission and not something to be despised. There are not many who have the Greek and Hebrew language abilities to translate the Bible itself, yet there are many common people who know another language proficiently enough to translate a sermon from English into another language. So, just as Mordecai told Esther that she had come to the kingdom for such a time as this, our generation of Christians has come into the kingdom at such a time as this. What is this time? This is the time of the internet. This is a time to use the tool that God has given us and advance the gospel of Christ. This is a time in which there is a wide open door to translate biblical sermons and articles and distribute them freely on the World Wide Web.